meeting of the Selectmen-elect to make appointments for Woodbridge terms commencing July 1st, 2015. Welcome, everyone. This is the first meeting of our newly elected Board of Selectmen. And I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate my colleagues, welcome you all to our first meeting. As of the next meeting, we'll actually be sworn in and official, but as you know, this special meeting is pursuant to our charter, section 7-12B. I would like to read that section into the record. The first selectman-elect and the selectman-elect elected at a regular town election may, in advance of taking office, make appointments to offices the terms of which commence on the succeeding July 1st. All powers of the first selectman and selectmen to fill vacancies in offices, the terms of which extend beyond the succeeding July 1, shall be vested in the first selectman-elect and the selectman-elect at the date of their election. So that is the authority for our meeting tonight, and we will be going ahead according to that section. I did want to say something about the process that led to the nominations we'll be looking at this evening. Town Hall sent out an email to all of the people whose terms were expiring to see who wanted to continue on boards and commissions, and we were actually very pleasantly surprised. About 99% of the people returned the questionnaire to say whether or not they wanted to continue. And whether they did or they didn't, people were engaged and got back to us. The Democratic and Republican town committees put ads in the newspapers to ask new people who perhaps hadn't been involved before to know that they were welcome, and I believe both committees received applications and resumes from new people who hadn't been on boards in the past. The Democratic and Republican town committees vetted the applications, conducted interviews, and made recommendations both for new and reappointments. It's also important to note tonight that not everyone who was seeking appointment will be appointed. Obviously, there are more applicants than there are seats, and we have many, many very qualified and interested people here in Woodbridge. And I want to make sure that they know that vacancies occur all throughout the year. We will be reviewing resumes from people who expressed interest before and new people who may be interested. So this is an ongoing process that we'll see during the year. The process this evening will be that we proceed by board and commission. We'll go down the list. I will ask Beth Heller to place names in nomination and seconds for those names. After that, I will call for other nominations, if there are any, in addition to the ones that Beth has presented. We will then have discussion and vote on the nominations in the order they have been presented. After the board and commission vacancies are filled, we'll be looking at the town offices that expire on June 30th and fill those vacancies so that those positions are filled and ready to go on July 1st. And the very first item I would like to do tonight, and this is the first selectman's prerogative, as I understand it under the charter, is to appoint the deputy first selectman as of July 1st, and I would like to appoint Beth Heller, if she will accept.
I will, I'd be honored, thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Okay. All right, we will start with nominations for the Building Board of Appeals. Beth, do you have any nominations?
I do. I'd like to nominate Karen Workman.
Second.
And Stephen Buda.
Second.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations?
Yes, we'd like to nominate Martin Halpern.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Conservation Commission, Beth?
I'd like to nominate Jason Morrow,
Second.
Robin Burke,
Second.
Anne Marie Payon Mullen,
Second.
and Thomas Kennefic.
Second.
Okay, I realized I already made a mistake.
You can vote. I was wondering.
Well, that didn't take very long. Okay, back to Building Board of Appeals.
Right.
We
Didn't
had
want to jump in. I was thinking, okay.
We had a nomination and second for Karen Workman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'll abstain. I'm abstaining as well.
Steve Buda, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Aye.
That fills the vacancies on Board of Appeals. I think we'll start again with Conservation Commission.
Okay, no problem, I'll do them again.
Can I make a comment before you go further?
Yes.
My abstention for Karen Workman is some of the resumes and information on the people I didn't receive, and that one I didn't receive until this very second, so I don't feel that I can do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can't hear very well back there.
I'm sorry, Jerry?
Karen, those positions are controlled by state statute, and they must have construction experience. They have to be engineers or contractors.
I think that she has some experience with her
does?
father's company.
okay.
I'm pretty
That's
sure she
fine.
does. We can check though, and confirm it if she doesn't.
I think it might be appropriate time for me to explain why I abstained, if it's okay. I have a little problem with the process that we're following, and I understand I'm new and it may be historical. However, as I read the charter, not only the section that provides the authority for this meeting, but there's another section, 75-5, says that the Board of Selectmen is to appoint the members of the boards and commissions. And my understanding of an appointment would be that this board would receive people who are interested, and we would talk about those people, judge their credentials, look at their resumes, and maybe come to a consensus as to who we think is best for the town to fill these positions. With a give and take, maybe understanding what qualifications they have, what qualifications they're statutorily required to have, rather than what we're doing now seemingly is people sent their names in to Democratic Town Committee, Republican Town Committee. Yesterday we got the resumes, and today we're here to vote on people who are, quote, nominated. These are people, but I don't see anything in here that says we're to vote on nominations. We're to appoint, and I don't feel qualified. I don't know these people. I see the resumes for the first time. Now there's a question as to whether or not someone meets a statutory requirement. Seems to me this process is flawed in that we should have had discussions on all these people, look at their resumes, see how they can best fit these requirements in these positions and best serve the town. And I don't think we're getting there this way. I think what we're getting now is, some people have decided who they're going to nominate, and then we're going to vote on it. And I don't see that provision in the town charter. Now, historically, that's the way it's been done. I'm not here to upset history, but I'm abstaining because I don't feel that we're in a position to vote on these people, knowing even who they are and how they're qualified, not having enough time to look at it or discuss it, and I don't think we're serving the best interest of the town. That's why I'm going to abstain on all of this.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. Conservation Commission?
I'd like to nominate Jason Morrill.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Robin Burke.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Anne Marie Payom Mullins.
Second.
And I'd like to nominate Thomas Kennefic.
Second.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate James Urbano.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Maria Kane,
Second.
and I'd like to nominate Cynthia Gibbons.
Second.
Thank you. We will now go to Jason Morrill. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Robin Burke, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Anne Marie Pam Mullen, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain.
And Tom Kennefic, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Okay, Country Club of Woodbridge Commission.
I'd like to nominate Phyllis Janelle, Roger Harrison. I'm sorry.
Phyllis Janelle, I'll second that.
Okay, sorry. Roger Harrison,
I'll second that.
Michael Helfenbein,
Second.
and Paul Kuriakos.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes. I do have nominations, but I also have, can we have discussion on some of the names that are being put up?
Yes.
Yes, we'll have discussion when we
Okay.
go back to vote.
So let me go back to our nominations for Country Club of Woodbridge. Spencer Rubin.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Robert Hopkins
Second.
and Michelle Wazakowski.
Second.
Thank you.
I have a few questions on...
Well, now we'll go one at a time,
Okay.
and if there's, great. Okay, we'll go back to Phyllis Janelle. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yes. There were a few issues last year with the club, and Phyllis was involved. And I'm not sure when she was appointed a few years ago. There was talk because she was also on the Woodbridge Country Club when it was a private club on their board. And there was some talk about, she was a member, she was part of the board, right? And there was some talk about maybe in the best interest of the Woodbridge Country Club or the Country Club Woodbridge, not carrying over people who may have had involvement for the look of impropriety, but more importantly, because that was kind of a failed club, we were starting new. Maybe it was the best thing to do with new voices, new faces. There were a lot of people put up. She was appointed 2 years ago. However, I do have some concerns over the issues that carried over from last year with issues that involve Casper Goff and involve employees, which are now town employees, and how that may affect them this year if she returns.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. All in favor of Phyllis Janelle, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Opposed?
Roger Harrison, the motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain?
Abstain.
Michael Helfenbein, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
And Kuriokos, all in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstentions, okay. Economic Development Commission.
Yes, I'd like to nominate, the first one is, there's a resignation in your packet of Roger Harrison, that his term will be ending in 2015, however, he has resigned. So in that, to fill that vacancy till 2015, I'd like to nominate Neelam Gupta.
I'll second that.
I'd like to nominate Jody Alant,
I'll second that.
Ellen Eisenberg,
I'll second Ellen.
and Herbert Mendelson.
I'll second that.
And I'd also like to nominate Paul Rossi.
Second that.
Any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Anna Dickerson, and I'd like to... Did you want a second?
Oh, second, yes.
And I'd like to nominate Rob Leonard.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Rob Leonard.
Rob Leonard.
Second.
Second. Okay. Motion has been made and seconded to appoint Jody Alant to the Economic Development Commission. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Ellen Eisenberg, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
And Herbert Mendelson, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Paul Rossi, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
I think you skipped somebody.
And Neelam.
Roger.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't go back to Neelam. Neelam Gupta, is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Did I cover everybody? I think I did. Board of Ethics.
I'd like to nominate Robert Burke.
Second.
Second. Before I ask if there are other nominations, there are other openings on the Board of Ethics, but we have traditionally considered clergy members for the Board of Ethics, and there are two places of worship here in Woodbridge that are in flux right now as to who the clergy people would be. And we thought it would be a good idea to keep those open for a little while, given that this board meets so rarely, generally every few years. I don't think it will be any risk to the town to not have the position filled on July 1st. That doesn't mean that we would necessarily appoint the clergy people, but to keep that open. So with that background, we have the nomination of Robert Burke. Are there any other nominations at this time?
Yes, we have Stephen Masbeck.
Second.
Can I clarify one thing? So at this point, we have 3 sitting members. Is that correct?
I don't have the list.
I have it.
Oh. We have Right, Father Janelli, Dominic Thomas, and Robert Burke would be reappointed, 3, and we have the two openings
Okay.
that we were holding.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so motion has been made and seconded for Robert Burke. All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, and a motion has been made and seconded for Stephen Markish. Is it right?
Massback.
Oh, do you want to go ahead with that vote today, or do you want to hold it for the next meeting?
No, we can go forward.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain, opposed? Okay, that motion fails. EMS Commission, Beth.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Gary Desir,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Roy Ivans.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes, we have, I'm sorry, it's my second page. That's it. Yeah, we already did it. That's fine.
No, we don't.
Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Desir has been nominated and second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Roy Ivans, motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, we'll now turn to the Board of Finance. Beth.
I'd like to nominate Matthew Giglietti.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Karen Cusick,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Andy Esposito Jr.
Second.
Any other nominations?
No.
Matthew Giglietti's name has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed.
Okay. Karen Cusick, any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstain.
Abstain.
And Andy Esposito, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Board of Fire Commissioners, Beth.
Okay, I'd like to nominate Bruce Mandel,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Michael Sufreen.
Second.
Any other nominations?
No.
Bruce Mandel has been nominated and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Michael Sufreen has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay. Government Access Television Commission.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Mary Hill,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Alan DeYoung.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes, we'd like to nominate Donald Boyle.
Second.
Anything else? Anybody else?
That's it.
Okay. Mary Hill has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
And Alan DeYoung has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
The next is the Human Services Commission.
Yes, I'd like to nominate James Riscotti.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Mary Lee Sapshin.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Eleanor Sheehy.
Second.
And I'd also like to nominate Janet Jarleglio
Second.
and Viviana Livesey.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes, we'd like to nominate Edith Lockyer and Adair Luciani.
Second on either, second on it there.
Did you second both?
Yes.
Oh, okay. James Riscotti has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Mary Lee Sapshin, any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstain.
Eleanor Sheehy, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, Janet Charleglio, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Viviana Livesey, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, we'll now turn to Inland Wetlands Agency.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Robert Blythe,
Second.
and I'd like to nominate Barry Josephs,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate David Bixler.
Second.
Are there any other nominations?
Yes, I have a nomination of Robert Pryor.
Second.
And are we nominating an alternate?
We're going to do that
Wait a
separately.
second. Okay. That's it.
Okay, Robert Blythe has been nominated and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Barry Josephs likewise nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
And David Bixler, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
We'll now turn to Inland Wetlands Agency alternate. There's one position.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Josh Goldberg.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes.
Library Commission.
No, this is the
I'm
alternate.
sorry,
Alternate.
yeah, we have Robert Wisnia.
Second.
Excuse me, I didn't get the name.
Robert
Wisnia.
Wisnia.
Josh Goldberg has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Abstain.
Abstain.
We'll now turn to the Library Commission.
Thank you. In your pack, actually, it was at the last Board of Selectmen meeting, we accepted the resignation of Kathy Suttle. So to fill that term ending 2015, I'd like to nominate Elizabeth Marsh.
Second.
And we have a resignation from Karen Cusick from the Library Commission. Her term ends in 2015. I'd like to nominate to fill that position Aldana Noto.
Second.
And then I'd like to nominate Jeanette Glixman,
Second.
Renee Evacqua Bollier,
Second.
Marissa Von Beeden,
Second.
also Sherry Cifaldi Morrow,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Virginia Calistro.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Timothy Kelly and Dorothy Martino.
Second on Timothy, second on Dorothy.
Okay. Elizabeth Marsh has been nominated for the term ending in 2015. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Aldana Noto also has been nominated and seconded for a position ending in 2015. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Now these are four-year terms. Jeanette Glixman has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Renee Babaka Bollier nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Marissa Von Beeden nominated and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
And Sherry Cifaldi Morrow nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Virginia Calistro nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, Board of Police Commissioners.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Stephen Falsigno, and I'd also like to nominate, excuse me, Matthew Gilbride.
Second.
Sorry.
2 seconds.
2 seconds ago.
Fourth. I don't know what you want to say.
Any other nominations?
No.
No, okay. Stephen Falsigno has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Matthew Gilbride likewise nominated and seconded. Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Abstain.
Okay, we're now going to Publicly Owned Properties Commission.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Sheila McCrevin.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Kimberly Hines,
Second.
and I'd also like to nominate Marty Halpern.
Second.
Are there any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Frank Capio.
No, second. Second.
In a few months, we'll have this.
It's hard being the person who's second, right, Joe? I'm telling you, you gotta pay attention.
Should get you a sign.
I'm lost with this press.
Anybody else, Tony?
That's it.
That's it, okay. Sheila McCrevin has been nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Kimberly Hines, nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
And Marty Halpern, nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, we're turning now to Recreation Commission.
Thank you. I'd like to, yes, thanks. Sorry. I'd like to nominate Andrea Weinstein.
Second.
I'd like to nominate David Lunt.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Dwight Rowland.
Second.
And I'd also like to nominate Donald Boyle.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Paul Testa.
Second.
Thank you. Andrea Weinstein has been nominated and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
David Lunt, nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Abstain.
Abstain.
Dwight Rowland, nominated and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Tony, did-
I said aye.
aye, okay. And Donald Boyle, any discussion of the nomination? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, we're now turning to the Sperry Park Committee. Beth?
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Jane Weber Chernow.
Second?
I'd also like to nominate Michael Walter
Second?
and Frank Capiello.
Second.
Any other nominations?
No.
Thank you. Jane Weber Chernow has been nominated second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Michael Walter, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Frank Capiello, any discussion? All those in favor?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
you're right,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right,
right,
you're right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay.
And it goes so quick. you
Right,
got
I was
ahead of yourself.
Okay, next is Town Plan and Zoning Commission.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Alan Tima.
Second?
Also like to nominate Buddy DeGennaro
Second?
and Lawrence Greenberg.
Second.
Are there any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Michael Broderick.
Second?
Oh, second.
Thank you. Alan Tima has been nominated and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Abstain.
Buddy DeGennaro, likewise nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstain.
And Lawrence Greenberg nominated and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Town Plan and Zoning Commission alternate.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Steven Skowronek.
Second?
Are there any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Catherine Wick.
Second.
Thank you. Stephen Skowronek has been nominated and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. That concludes the appointments to boards and commissions, and we will now turn to the appointments to town offices, which are expiring on June 30th, and will likewise be making appointments commencing for the term beginning July 1st. I would like to put forth the name of Terry Gilbertson for a one-year term for zoning, inland wetlands, and blight enforcement officer. And just so it's clear about the one-year term, Terry has been filling various roles that end at different times, and this would make them all coincident in their terms. So do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, is there any discussion? Okay, sorry, all those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Now I will go to Town Treasurer, Harriet Cooper. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Assistant Treasurer, Joe Hillauer. And I should say that for Harriet Cooper and Joe Hillauer are two-year terms. So Joe Hillauer for a two-year term. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Yeah, this could just, I should have been discussing it right along, I guess. Do we have anything in our packet with respect to these individuals and their
There's-
resumes? Or I mean, I know they work here now, but I never worked here before.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to understand what data I'm voting from, or I should be voting from in
Right.
terms of appointing these people.
I don't
I don't
believe
see
it's-
anything in my packet about these people.
I don't think there's anything in the packet.
Just
These were
rubber
the
stamping them
appointments.
again, I guess. Okay.
So have we voted on Joe Hillauer? No. Okay. Joe Hillauer, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Warren Connors for tree warden. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Deputy tree warden, Adam Parsons.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Is that a
Aye.
two-year?
2 year. Yes,
Aye.
one
Aye.
and Adam, 2 year.
Aye.
Abstain.
Stephanie Charleglio, census taker, also a 2-year term. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Town council, Jerry Weiner.
I'll
Is there a
second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
And David Ryan as labor council. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in
I
favor?
have a little discussion to that. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm looking at the agenda here. To appoint such other officials as appropriate. It gave me no advance notice of what officials we were dealing with here tonight to even understand that or to do any kind of advance research or any kind of due diligence at all. So I don't know. I just have a problem with it. That I think the agenda should say who we're voting on. I had no idea we're voting on Mr. Weiner or any of these people. Just a comment.
And I have to abstain from most of the people who I have no idea, nor do I have their resume, and that's not fair for me to vote yea or nay if I really don't know enough about them. So
I
I've only
take
been
your point
able to
then.
vote on ones that I've got a chance to read or know personally through the
Right.
town.
Well, I hope that we'll be able to get you information to give you some level of comfort. And since we do need to do this before July 1st, I think we should go ahead with it. But I understand your points, and we'll certainly make an effort to get that information to you as quickly as we can. So David Ryan was moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
I think technically he's labor consultant, not labor council.
Oh, I'm sorry, labor consultant. Thank you. Thank you, labor consultant. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Abstain.
That concludes the business before us. And I would like to just summarize the appointments that we've made to the boards and commissions. We did a total of 57 appointments this evening, and 27 were Democrats and 30 were from minority parties, non-Democrats, 14 Republicans, and 16 unaffiliated voters. 38 of the 57 were reappointed, having previously served on the same commissions or the same boards. 19 of the 57 are newcomers to their positions, and 14 of them are serving on a town board or commission for the first time. So nearly 25% of our appointments this evening were people new to the process. And I understand, Joe and Tony, you've raised some significant issues that we should look at about process as we go forward, and I'm happy to review that. But I think we can all be very pleased and proud this evening that we have so many new people engaging with the town. I'd also like to take this opportunity, I think I can speak for the entire Board of Selectmen on this, and also the townspeople of Connecticut, and the townspeople of Woodbridge, to thank everyone who is concluding his or her term on a board or commission. We so appreciate the time and energy and commitment of so many people who have worked so hard on the boards and commissions. And we want to thank the people who are continuing and have newly agreed to come on to the boards and commissions. I think we all look forward to working with you in the days and months ahead. Thank you all very much. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.